Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge, Donna's Edge, found on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And you can also find us on the newscasters.com. That's our podcast, and we're very, very excited about that as well. I want to be talking to you about plants today. And a very good friend, her name is Cheryl Baker, and she's with Cheryl and David Baker of Baker Farms. You need to write down this telephone number because you really will want to get in contact with her. That's 256-254-9464. The reason you're going to want to get in contact with her is she has all kinds of plants for sale. And she propagates her own. Everything is done the natural way. No synthetics, no nothing like that. It's all natural stuff. We're going to talk about this plant right here. And this is called the pitcher plant. And I'm going to run. I want you to see how different this thing. I mean, it's just, look at this. So what this does is it catches bugs. Yeah, this thing right here does. Mosquitoes, whatever kind of bugs there are. And so I got this from Cheryl. And again, it's an exotic plant. And not only, now when you buy something from Cheryl, it's not going to just like a big department store buying a plant or your nursery or whatever. She will explain to you how to take good care of it. She will explain everything so you're not lost out there in Never Land not knowing what to do. So let's go ahead and look at the first video right here so you get a pretty good understanding of what I'm talking about. Wait a minute, wait.
Okay. So hey you guys, we're going to talk about Sarracenias today, which are pitcher plants, okay? This one is one of the coniferous pitcher plants that are tropical in our area, but I grow them, and this is one of mine that have been growing in the greenhouse for quite some time now, and as you can see, they're very happy. And when I say they're very happy, oh, this one's closed, that means it's eating. It's eating. It's got bugs in it, it's happy, and it's eating. More than likely a wasp, okay? When their hoods are open like this, they're waiting for a predator to get inside of it. When their hoods are closed like this, that means they're happy. Okay, that means they're eating. Alright? Now, when their pitchers are like this, alright, more than likely there are bugs and they're dying. This is a dead pitcher, alright? I'm going to cut this off because look at all these new pitchers that are coming on it, okay? We're going to cut it off and we're going to dissect this. This one had dried out because it didn't have enough water in it, okay? And because I laid in the bed, for several days and they forgot to water it, we have several pitchers that died. But we have new pitchers coming along and they're looking good, you guys. The plant is healthy.
Now, when you water it, do you water it inside the pitcher, or do you water it here?
Yes, ma'am. You water not just the plant itself, but you water down in the pitchers yourself. Okay? And when we water these, you guys, we don't give it regular chlorine water. It'll kill it. The main thing is that you give it a organic water. And Phil, can you show them that brown, murky looking water over there? That is that organic water. You guys, and what I feed them is right here. I have pitcher plants everywhere, you guys. Look at this one. And Phil, you can show them this one right here. And I have them everywhere in the greenhouse, you guys. There's pitcher plants all down through there. Right here is what we feed them. Okay. Here's our organic mix. You can't see it really good, but it's through AgroThrive, okay? But we're going to open it up, dissect this plant, and then we're going to clean that up for Miss Donna so she can take it home and take care of it herself. Okay? But when we dissect it, we're going to show you what's all in it. Just to see what kind of bugs it's been eating. Let's see what kind of bugs this one's been eating. Woo-wee! It's got all kinds of bugs in it.
Oh, that's full of bugs.
It is. It is full of bugs. Most definitely, Donna. It is full of bugs, you guys. So we're gonna look at that. Look at there. So we're gonna take it out. We're definitely gonna dissect it. Okay. Well, I'll throw that in my compost, which is down there at the end. But look at here, you guys. Wasp. Look at them wasps. Look at there. All kinds of bugs, you guys, but mostly wasp. Okay? On that one. Look at them wasps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wasps.
Wow.
Just in that one. Okay? But do y'all see? And there's bugs, little bugs down in there too.
So if there were eggs in it, it'd kill those too.
That's right. And if you see how big these get, okay, so imagine them eating wasps. These can actually eat mice.
Oh, we need a bunch of those.
Yeah, we've been told that these will actually eat mice.
Wow.
Is what we've been told. I haven't seen them yet to do that, but I don't have mice in the greenhouse, so I couldn't tell you if they do that or not. But I do know that they do eat bugs because I've seen them eat bugs. But that was interesting for us to do that today. So now we'll clean up Donna's pitcher plant, and then she will be able to take it back to her greenhouses and take care of it. And just remember that every time that you water this, that you feed it with your organic mix, and you can give it any kind of organic mix, like iguana poop, any kind of rabbit poop, any kind of lamb poop, any kind of organic mix will be fine.
Chicken?
Yeah, any kind of chicken poop, anything that's organic. Okay. As long as it's not chlorine-based water coming out of your, lots of water in that one. Coming out of the water faucet, you'll be fine. Because it does not like chlorine water, you guys.
Now, is this safe? See, we have honeybees. So, are honeybees attracted to this? And
yes.
Okay.
I would keep it away.
Keep them away from the bees.
Yeah, that's the main important thing. I don't know why it's attracted to bees, but it does put off some kind of, I don't know, it puts off something. There's something that attracts the bees to it. I mean, the bees just, they go down in them little pipes, you guys, and they put, you see, it closes. And when they're eating, they're sucking it up. Yep, they're eating. Okay.
And that's beautiful. I just love the way that spirals.
I mean, and they attach themselves to whatever's around them. You saw they attach themselves to that little succulent right there. That was right there. They just attach themselves and they just grow. Okay, ma'am, yours is ready to go to a bigger pot. Like that. And start growing.
Awesome.
Okay, it's ready.
Cut it right
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're finished with this segment. So
Yes.
we're going to go on to something else.
We're going to go on to
Wait a minute. Wait. Interesting plan, isn't it? So you want to go buy one from her. And again, this is Cheryl's information right here. Cheryl and David Baker of Baker Farms, 256-254-9464. So I found some very interesting things on the internet right here. And this, I had never heard of the pitcher plant. And I'd heard of a praying mantis. I've heard of several plants like that before. And again, now when you buy from Cheryl, she'll give you complete care. Will tell you every single thing you need to do to make sure that this plant survives. So this is definitely a unique plant. It also helps you control pests. So that's what I'm thinking about too. I think it would be a great plant to have indoors. That would be a great place. But also outside on the patio where you're trying to, maybe a swimming pool if you have one, out at the pond fishing, whatever. And these things will eat insects. It's pretty awesome. Be careful if you have honeybees though, because honeybees will go in there as well. So be careful. So they do eat insects. Again, a great addition to the garden or your or inside your house. Now I'm going to give you some ways. There are different varieties of this plant and many species of the pitcher plant, but the two most common are unique. They have a free form arching habit, she says. This is Martha Stewart, by the way, who's talking about this. This plant can be identified by the large colorful pitchers that form on the ends of its leaves, like I let you see on my plant. And you can see those beautiful, I mean, this is gorgeous. And it's so unique. I mean, it's. I think she was just kind of looking to see what I would look. The very first plant that I pointed at was this particular one. It was in her greenhouse, and again, she does sell them. Now, this is what she says, to plant pitcher plants outside, if you want them outside. Okay, you need to check out your hardiness zone. Okay, so for hardiness zone 7 and above, you can safely add a pitcher plant to your outdoor landscape. Now, pitcher plants love to be potted near other plants that provide extra nitrogen and moisture, like your ferns, begonias, that kind of thing. However, it's important not to pot pitcher plants near some other plants like this one, as they kind of get competitive with each other. So with the same resources, and they also attract more insects, which providing plant food can also be harmful to the other plants. Got a couple more things I want to talk to you about, and then we'll go into a commercial break. But this is how you care for your pitcher plant indoors. Okay, pitcher plants also make great house plants, but they do require some maintenance, and this does pertain to light and water. Okay, so light. Pitcher plants require long periods of bright light to survive. It's best to place them outdoors in full sun, where they can receive at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. They can also be grown indoors on a sunny windowsill or with a grow light. So if you're going to put them inside your house and you don't have windows that are like super sunny, bringing sunshine in, again, you need to get a grow light. That's just important. Or you can get a lamp and put it by there too. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now soil and water on these plants. Now, these carnivores need a lot of moisture, and that's why it's important to stay on top of your watering schedule. Okay, if you're going on a trip, you're going to be gone for more than a few days, you need to hire a sitter for this plant. Now, water your plant when the volume soil is 25% dry, and avoid missing a watering, as pitcher plants are not tolerant of drought conditions. Okay, you got to water. Pruning. The good news is that pitcher plants typically do not need to be trimmed, except in the case where laser pitchers are beginning to brown. And this is due to lack of soil moisture or humidity. Now, if more than 50% of the surface is brown, it's best to remove it from the plant. Now let's talk about fertilizer. Okay, because they get most of their nutritional needs from the insects they trap and digest, pitcher plants shouldn't be given any fertilizers. At times, the fertilizer can actually harm this plant since it's not accustomed to living to nutrient-rich soil. Now, when do you repot it? Okay, which is what I'm just about to do. See, it's getting big for its britches. It's outgrowing that pot right there. It's kind of a medium-sized, small to medium-sized pot. So when do you repot it? You repot this pitcher plant when it has outgrown its current pot. Now it's time to size up. You know when it's time when you start seeing roots coming out of the drainage holes in the bottom. And I saw a few of those coming out. So when you start seeing roots, go ahead and change the pot. Okay, or it can be easy, or if you can easily lift that plant out of its pot by grasping the stem, then you know it's ready. Don't do it too soon. Okay, now how to propagate these plants. Depending on the variety, you can propagate your pitcher plant, creating babies to raise and give away or to sell. But let's go into a commercial break, and then we're going to have another video with Cheryl, and then we'll talk more about this plant. At Lemone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lemonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lemone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lemone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Wow, it's so soft and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success, and now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature-regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand-new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows. Regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Okay, we are back. We're talking about pitcher plants, and I did get this plant, by the way, from Cheryl Baker at Cheryl Baker and David Baker Farms. The telephone number you've got to call is 256-254-9464. Now, she can sell seeds and that kind of thing. If she sells seeds, then you can also buy those online, or you can give her a call and she'll be glad to go ahead and send those to you. All right, let's go ahead and look at the second video, and this one is extremely interesting too. We're going to be talking a bit about propagating.
So we're going to talk about cutting and pruning, okay, on perennials. Now we're making cuttings already, as you can see, and Phil can show that we're already growing for next year. So, while we got cuttings growing for next year, we are taking and pruning anything that's coming up. And when I say coming up, any old growth that looks burned up, we cut it back.
So maybe part of this right here?
Yes, ma'am.
If it's showing a brown stem,
we're going to take it and we're going to cut it off.
But now
Why?
you got to leave one, right?
Yes. Why we want to do that? Because when you cut it off, when you cut that bad stem off, say that, see I cut that bad stem off, then a new stem is going to come up. It's going to come up, thank you for bringing the compost. It's going to come up with a new stem. See the new stem coming up right there? It's going to come up with a new stem. Okay, for next year. Okay? So we're going to take it off, you guys. We'll take it off right at the bottom. And I want to show you. Because already, you guys, even though I cut that off,
It's new growth.
there's already new growth coming up. But every time I cut something off, we're going to have new growth coming up, you guys. The more you cut, the more new growth is going to come up. Okay? And even though this is for next year, okay, the more you cut as the dead growth goes, the more new growth you will have come up at the bottom for next year.
So this means less disease, and it's a healthier plant.
Yes, ma'am. And this is an everyday process.
Okay. Every day.
Yes, you must go and check every day. Okay? This is an everyday process that we do here on our farm. We check every day. So every day that we check our plants, and once you keep them cut and pretty for several weeks, now this plant has been cut for several weeks.
Beautiful. And look
Okay.
how healthy those leaves are.
Once you keep it cut for several weeks at the bottom, you see how the process goes? It puts out new growth at the bottom. Okay, see how we've been
So-
keeping it cut for several weeks?
So let me ask you a question. So I've accidentally been doing this right with my herbs. And I've noticed they just keep growing. The more herbs, the more I cut these herbs, the more they grow, even in the wintertime.
Yes, ma'am. Even in the wintertime. And then,
Well, that was an accident.
once the process goes for several more weeks, okay? Once the process goes for several more weeks, you see what happens?
Is that root coming out?
Yes, it is. And all these roots, guess what? These are more babies. Okay, so
Hello.
once that happens,
Feel real
okay,
quick.
now it's telling me, okay, well, I want to be busted up.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, because we've been keeping it pruned so much. We've been just keeping it pruned so much. Now it's saying, please bust me, because you've been keeping me so pruned
I mean,
so
the plant
much.
tells you what to do. Right?
That's right. It's telling me what to do. So now we've been keeping it pruned so much. Now we've been keeping this plant pruned so much.
But that's healthy roots.
That's right. Good, healthy roots and plants. So we've been keeping it pruned so much. We're just going to go through the middle. And we're just going to keep pulling through the middle. And we're just going to keep pulling through the middle. And even though it's a little tough and it's a little hard to get through there. Let's see here. Let's open up these in a real sharp scissors.
So we're going to have about 2 minutes left in this segment.
Yep.
And so,
we're about
yeah, we're
through.
going to have to change the battery in the camera.
Okay.
So
we're about
this is a
through.
form of propagating.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We're just going to go through it here with this. Like this.
And by the way, while she's doing this is Cheryl Baker, and she's at Baker Farms. Now you're going to be offering classes pretty
Yes,
soon,
ma'am.
and we'll be announcing that.
And just like that. And just like that. And we're going to go all the way down into the roots of the fern. So we're going to talk about.
Okay, so you can see how easy that is to propagate anything. Now a little bit later we're going to have another video, and this is going to some footage where she's actually going to be clipping off the tops of it and also putting it inside some pots. So you're going to be able to see that. But let's get back to this pitcher pot. And pitcher plant is basically what they call it. And again, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, think about this, all the water, like you water this, dead plants go down into these little pods right here. So there's one right there as well. Okay, so there it goes. All right, so we've talked a little bit about really basically not fertilizing it, because it actually fertilizes itself and it's eating the bugs, and those bugs go down in there. So how do you propagate it? Okay, so we just saw Cheryl propagating a fern there. So depending on the variety, now a Sarracenia pitcher plant is best propagated by a method called division, which is what Cheryl just did just a minute ago with the fern. It involves cutting off a portion of an established plant. Now, in an established clump of pitchers, find an area where the growth naturally splits, okay? Cut with a sharp blade down through the roots to create two separate plants, and pot each up into its own pot. Now, you can actually go in quarters, okay, not just on having the plant. Now, Anaphithis, on the other hand, this variety is best propagated by a method called stem cutting. Cut a stem that includes a few leaves and place the cut end in water or fresh damping potting media. Cover the potting or the cutting with a large plastic bag to trap the humidity. That's extremely important, and place it in a bright area that does not receive direct sunlight. If you want to refresh the water, or if you would like to sprit the soil surface when it dries out once the roots have formed, the cutting can be potted into a larger container. Now, let me tell you what some problems could be with a pitcher plant. Pitcher plants aren't overly susceptible to pests and diseases. Now, the most common issues could be fungal, and this is from allowing the plant to sit in standing water. Now, the most common pests that target pitcher plants include spiders, mites, thrips, and aphids. Now, you can tackle the former by monitoring the moisture levels in your soil and removing any rotted parts of the plant, and the latter by getting a non-toxic insect spray like neem oil. And I use neem oil as well. Neem oil is great. We had Japanese beetles this past year. Oh man, it got all over some of the blackberries. It didn't hurt the crop, and it's not going to hurt human beings, but they're just pests. And you can always tell when these things, Japanese beetles, have been on a plant, because on the leaves it's going to look almost like lace, where they just eat inside that leaf. And neem oil is a very, very good, it's all natural. It's something you can get at Walmart or on Amazon as well. So, think about that for all of those needs. I'm going to go ahead and give you Cheryl's name and phone number again. It's right there, Cheryl and David Baker of Baker Farms. The telephone number is 256-254-9464. Okay, so Cheryl and I have been talking about this for a number of months, and this is about classes, and I think she needs to do it because more and more interest is in gardening right now. We don't know about the supply chain, and so many things are happening. Price of food and price of everything has just went way out overboard. It's unreal. So I asked her about having some classes. I know she's doing it a long time ago, so she's agreed to it. Now, she's going to get back with me on when she can start this. As soon as I know when the classes start, I'm going to let you know. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. We want to get all that truth out there to you the best way we know how. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. Thenewscasters.com is how you can find us. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an awesome rest of the day.